Okay, so let's talk about the pectoral girdle. That includes the clavicle and the scapula right there. They hold the limbs onto the axial skeleton. The clavicle articulates with the acromial end, which is over here, and that then articulates with the scapula. Now there is a ball and socket joint there, and the head of the humerus fits into the glenoid cavity of the scapula. So to begin with, the coracoid process is actually right in here, and the subscapular fossa from a frontal view would be in here. Moving on, like I said before, the glenoid cavity, it would actually be right here, right there. And the spine of the scapula is this projection. The acromion is right there. The supraspinous fossa is the superior part here, and the infraspinous fossa is there. And the sternal clavicular joint is right here where the clavicle meets the sternum. And also the acromioclavicular joint, same concept here, the acromion meets the clavicle. Moving on, we are going to talk about the arm. So the arm has the humerus, which is this long bone, and the head of the humerus is right here, and that meets the glenoid cavity. The greater tubercle is right there. The lesser tubercle is more up here in the front there. The deltoid tuberosity, see there's a little arch here, that's the deltoid tuberosity. The medial epicondyle is found right there, and the lateral epicondyle would be on the opposite side. Moving forward, we can find the coronoid fossa, and that is right in there. And the coronoid process of the ulna during flexion of the forearm goes into the coronoid fossa. The capitulum will be found right here, and the trochlea, which articulates with the ulna, is right there. And finally, the olecranon fossa is this part here, and the olecranon enters that. Moving on to the forearm, we have the ulna. So the ulna is this bone right there, and the olecranon is behind here, the elbow. The coronoid process is right in here, right there. The styloid process of the ulna is actually at the end. Now we have the radius, and the radius, the head of the radius is up here. And the radial tuberosity is this little, let's see, this projection right there. And then the styloid process of the radius is here at the end. Now on to the carpus. Okay, so the carpus, we have, here is the trapezium. This is the trapezoid. This is the capitate. hamate is next to it, the pisiform above, the triquetrum, the lunate, and the scaphoid. And the scaphoid, lunate, triquetral, and pisiform, they all articulate with the radius. And then the pollux, which is the thumb, it meets with the trapezium. The metacarpals are here, and then the phalanges are here. Moving on to the pelvic girdle. So we have the costal bones, and the three bones that fuse during development of the skeleton to form the costal bone are the ilium, the pubis, and the ischium, which is down here. The acetabulum is down here. It's hard to see. It's right there. This is where it would be. The pubic symphysis is here in the middle. The obturator foramen is this opening here. The iliac crest is up here. The greater sciatic notch, to see it, it would be in here, this right here, this little arch. Let's see what's next. The ischial spine is also near that, in here. And the ischial tuberosity is found under here, right under here. Going on to the femur. This big bone, this long bone of the leg is the femur. And the head is located right here. The greater trochanter would be this part here, and the lesser trochanter, this projection here. The adductor tubercle is right here, and the medial epicondyle is right under it. Moving on, we will see the lateral epicondyle, which is on the other side. And the medial and lateral condyles are close there. So, turning at a posterior view, we can see that the medial condyle is right here, and the lateral condyle is right there. And finally, we have the patella, which is the kneecap, right here. Now we have the tibia. So, the tibia is this bone, and the medial and lateral condyles. So, first of all, the medial condyle is here, and the lateral condyle is there. The tibial tuberosity is in the middle here. The medial malleolus is down here. Proximal and distal tibiofibular joints. One is right there, and the other one is right there. Going on to the fibula, we have the head of the fibula right there, and the lateral malleolus, which is the ending point right there. Finally, we have the tarsus. So, the talus. This is the talus right there, and it actually articulates with the tibia and the fibula, and inferiorly it articulates with the calcaneus, which is the heel behind here, and anteriorly it articulates with the navicular. So here are the bones in the foot. Here's the cuboid, navicular. We can see the other bones, which the medial cuneiform is right here. The intermediate cuneiform is right there, and the lateral cuneiform is right there. The metatarsus, the phalanges, and the hallux, the big toe.